seconds remaining.
Holy fuck, their art is like top tier. What is this?
Well, that's how we're starting this recording. Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 13, Week 3. We get 2 live games in 1 week because,
yeah.
Oh yeah, Season 14, the ticket lied to me again. We get 2 live games in 1 week, as it would turn out, because we had to do a little bit of rescheduling in here. And somebody has put their DeviantArt OC on a nice pink background for Hollywood here. With me today, we've got the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
Hello, yes.
And the Patient of Dota, Kai.
Oh god, I'm being like looked after by Randy. I'm fucking doomed.
True.
Kai, you've been previously accused of having a crippling addiction to boots of travel, true?
Only in mid lane.
There we go.
Sure, silencer, man. That's the flavor of the week right now, yeah? 56% win rate, I believe.
5 seconds.
Where did it come from? That's what I want to know.
Q buff.
This patch just buffed the fuck out of him. He got 40 flat damage on his Q. Like, the hero's main weakness is that, like, he just purges his Q off and he's, like, fucking worthless later on.
Nice.
But, like, now he gets free
Radiant
damage.
team pick.
Disruptor.
Very generic support picks for our first.
Disruptor.
Yep. Like I said before, you know, Witch Doctor first pick is not as cursed as it used to be. So,
it's pretty cursed.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cursed. I think it's like
seconds
probably just comfort pick unless you're like a team that can actually flex it to like 3 or something.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't like it in Disruptor. It's like a awful support matchup, honestly.
I mean, they didn't know. Actually, I mean, I guess it's Hollywood's team. You should know, but technically they picked it before as a Disruptor.
Yeah, that's true.
Despite the fact that Witch Doctor is going to at least... Because, you know, the historical problem with Witch Doctor as first pick is, the thing I always say is, it's too easy to get rid of him even with the support line. And what I really, really mean by that is, it's too easy to even make sure that he doesn't do anything in lane and just has a bad game from bell to bell. It's a lot harder to rub him out of lane now, even with a bad support matchup, but this is still not going to be a very easy game for him, all things considered.
I've seen Pudge in literally every game I've casted live this season, I believe. Very fun.
Hero's just busted. It's probably gonna be... I want to say it's gonna be mid, because the Bush likes the hero, but then again, the Bush Pudge is kind of cursed in my
Dire team back.
Oh, let's hope it's that then.
I mean, I think it's still playable in side lanes, but like from what I understand, if you're playing this off lane, you have to pick like a pretty, like, not farm dependent carry, because the hero just like plays like a carry coming off lane. It needs a lot of farm to hit the timings. I will literally. Okay.
I wonder what you're going to literally.
Yeah. I think the Pudge is just, it's probably just like a double flex for that team, and that's why they're picking it early. But I also am not a huge fan of picking it first phase, because I do think the hero is
Radiant team back.
Well, if you're gonna pick it first phase, you know, at the very least, you're gonna have some bans to protect it out with.
I think if it gets countered, you can flex it, right? You can move it down the priority short. It's kind of bad.
Or to like 4, and I think it's like 4 Pudge right now is just not very good.
I think it's also pretty certain that Hollywood's playing Disruptor 4, so...
Right. Yeah, we're not gonna see the legendary Hollywood Pudge today, I don't think.
Holly Pudge. That would be really fun. I hope we get a Techies, and they put Roxy on Disruptor.
Shoutouts to Vex, who's joined us in chat. I should also, I suppose, update my description real quick.
If this is a core Pudge, I'm expecting like a starter ban here, because I think Starter and Ursa are his like 2 worst matches by far.
Yeah, they just eat him.
Radiant team back.
Arc Warden ban. Imagine banning the Bush Arc Warden. Omega lol.
Yeah, everybody so far, I think, has actually banned it out. Nobody's actually let the Bush Arc Warden happen.
10 seconds remaining.
A Razor ban is interesting. Could give an insight into the pause 1 maybe a little bit, unless there's like a Razor God on Iceman's team.
I guess, you know, you see some Boofus slash Blackacre Razor sometimes. I think it is probably more likely that's just a
Radiant team pick.
ban out there for Juggernaut for Void, because that's pretty much Juggernaut is pretty much Void's signature hero, I would say. So
It's
likely
also-
just
Void the player. Yeah.
yeah.
It's also fairly good into the Pudge in lane, because Pudge is low base armor, and as soon
10
as he hits
seconds
Pudge just
remaining.
dies.
Well, I mean, Void's not going to kill the Pudge on his own
5
team.
seconds
I
remaining.
mean, Razor against
No,
Pudge.
Right,
the
okay.
Razor ban, the Razor ban is for the Pudge. Is
Snap.
I like the snap in this game. I actually really like this as a
Yeah.
snap game.
That's
So
some
far.
good setup into kisses here.
On one hand, the Witch Doctor could potentially
10
be annoying, but on the
seconds
other hand, if he is, he's probably going to be taken out of team fights earlier than
5
later, in
seconds
any
remaining.
case.
Plus, you have like a really good cookie recipient in the Pudge. You just cookie him and he runs at people.
Right.
I think it's like they're probably just like setting up for an 18 pick Void, like Faceless Void. And then they're basically saying like if you don't pick it, we'll take it. And if they do pick it, they like right now their team is like not great as Faceless because
Yeah, it would be. I would rather jump off a bridge than pick Faceless Void, especially in this phase. I feel like if Attack on ET would like to pick Void at all, at least hoping
I
it
kinda
doesn't get
do it.
banned, just pick it last phase. Don't give them 2 more goddamn picks for it, because you already got 3 awful, awful heroes for him on the field.
Faceless
Okay, they're
Void.
picking it.
Never mind. All right.
So they deny the Void into 3 super good heroes in a Chronosphere.
Only downside is that this is also 3 super bad heroes for Faceless Void.
To Chronosphere, yeah.
Well, the thing is like Faceless,
10 seconds
they
remaining.
like Faceless really hates Disruptor. You kind of just died to Glimpse
5
plus
seconds
Static
remaining.
Storm before BKB, and then like Pudge can hook people up
Radiant
Chrono,
team pick.
and like the Snapfire is one of the harder supports to kill, and it's also like really hard to Chrono Snap because she usually positions really far back. Well,
Right.
that's some Chrono damage on the DP, so I guess it's like less bad now.
Yep.
It's okay, and also Void Witch Doctor is kind of a classic,
10
but
seconds remaining.
it's not the easiest Void game.
I mean, the biggest thing is that
5 seconds
2 of
remaining.
the cores are going to get to know that Void exists and be picked around him, and B, man, there's just so much pain. Like, Void is going to die every single chrono before BKB, basically. Like, every single chrono, there's almost a guarantee that he's just going to die doing it. He's going to basically just put it down for somebody else to do the damage. You know, the Snapfire,
somebody
the
else
Hook,
sneaky.
the Disruptor. And they don't, you know, it's basically just
Dire
like,
team ban.
I don't know,
Duration.
Maledict into the Hoodwinkle. There you go. And
So
there's
I
the
was
classic.
I always talk about how bad Void is when you lose Aegis, because you kind of are put into a situation where you have to, if you have to Chrono to kill someone important, and they have another
10
life, then you
seconds
don't have
remaining.
Chrono to kill them a
Radiant
second
team
time.
ban.
And Wraith King kind of is that. He always has Aegis, so it's a decent pick against him, I think.
The only sad thing is that Wraith King has a 0% success rate against Void this season so far.
Sure. The
Well-
hero's kind of bad, but that's the bad part.
Yeah,
Dire
A, the hero's
team
kind of
ban.
bad. B, I think most people have trouble figuring out exactly how a Wraith King has to be run. I mean, one thing I can tell you
Radiant
is
team
that
ban.
if the Dire offlane, if Attack on Elder Titan's offlane does not die relatively quickly, and they might, you know, Snapfire is going to be able to amplify the glass cannon element of this safe lane here. But if the Dire offlane doesn't die
10 seconds
really quickly
remaining.
whenever they try basically anything, it's going to be sort of
5
easy to
seconds
to
remaining.
just continually knock down the Wraith King in this lane. Unless Snapfire is playing a god game. It is Roxy Rower. Roxy Rower is both a very good support and a very good Snapfire player. I would say it's certainly one of the Roxy signatures. But it's
So
gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I actually
Dire
don't think they
team
should pick
pick.
Racing here. I think like if they have like a bench player or something, just pick a save. And you can pick like any carry into the Void. The Void's like main problem is if the enemy has like one frontline carry and a save support, it's like impossible to get a good chrono on like anybody. You just like set your really fat guy in the front, and then if he chronos, you swap him out.
10 seconds
Yeah, I do
remaining.
agree with that. I think to avenge would have been good here.
Like I think that's like a
5
better because like
seconds
Veng's like
remaining.
actually an okay hero right now, and like then you can pick like a real carry instead of this Wraith King, which IMO is like one of the worst
It
carries
gets-
right
it's
now. It's
awful.
just, like it doesn't lane well into these ranged offlaners at all, and like it's gonna like have a really rough lane to his DP.
The only issue is how do you lane this? I can tell you this about Snapfire. I don't like mid Snapfire against this
Right.
lineup.
It's like a Venge core if you're doing that, right? Because you put
Oh.
Roxy and Hollywood on their heroes.
I mean, I mean, this is just like a hero pool thing, because like on my other teams, you just like flex the snap mid or something, and then like run the Venge support.
I know the
Um,
Bush is playing Snapman and Bubs, but
Yeah. So like I think it's like totally feasible to just like run like Venge Clinks or something here, and then they have like actual damage that's not like just reliant on their magic. Because like Wraith King as a hero's damage output is like fairly bad for a pause one unless
Radiant
you get really
team
ahead.
pick.
This
Good
is
luck.
a shock. They're really just going all in on trying to make these Chronos painful. I feel like Attack on Elder Titan has picked themselves into a situation where every Chronosphere they're going to land is going to need to be the most epic Chronosphere you've ever seen. Like,
10
if
seconds remaining.
the Attack on Elder Titan lineup isn't regularly getting more than 3
5
people
seconds remaining.
in Chronosphere, they're just not going to be winning these fights, I don't think.
I mean, it's more that like they have no way to start a fight other than Chrono, right? Like if you look at their lineup, they have like 2 backline supports and then a DP and a Leshrac that want to run at people, but they have nobody to actually initiate the fight outside of Chrono. So it's gonna be like they have to get something out of Chrono, or else like they can't fight for 2 minutes, or like they
Yeah.
can't choose a fight on their terms for 2 minutes.
Right. That's part of it, but I think even if you like I mean even if you get like a decent Chrono, there's still just the chance with this lineup as well that it still can actually go wrong. Which, I don't know. I don't really think it was a great idea for Attack on AT to just build all around it here. I think they needed to have basically pick around the idea that Faceless Void is going to get like 1 VIP in Chronosphere, and then have everybody else just based around doing something else.
the Doom.
Choose your
Doom
hero.
Rans. That's gonna make
So you-
things a little painful.
What do you think of this as a Lesh game, Kai? Is this
It's
played it yesterday? Is
it's an okay Lesh game. I think the main problem with this game is that like you're kind of forced to go. Like yesterday, I played Lesh and I had a really good game because I didn't have to go BKB, so I could hit like all my time in this fight. And I had an Oracle behind me. This game, it's like I think you kind of have to buy BKB because they have so much magic and disable, and you don't have like save on your team. And then like it's not even that good of a BKB game because they have a Doom and a Pudge. So it's like
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Lush. I'm assuming this is mid.
And they're going to be running. They're going to be running
it's
mid
already-
Snapfire on Thugwood as well.
RG's standing in for Iceman, who's their mid,
Yep.
so.
Yeah, so they'll probably have an okay lane, but I think it's like a pretty hard Lush game. I just think they have like too much burst and chain disable to kill you, and the glimpse is really awkward for your hero as well because you have no like innate mobility and you have like no way to dodge it unless you rush your Euls, which is not very good. And so like you kind of just like get glimpses of Static Storm and die.
If the game goes long enough, certainly when Roxy Roro picks up that Aghanim Scepter, the campaign is over for old
We're
Leshrac.
existing, yeah.
Campaign is
Uh,
over for Leshrac.
it's over
Campaign
for-
is likely over for Void as well.
It's over for everyone except DP, because DP can still somewhat fight if Exo's already popped.
I mean, it is a good DP game though, this game, I think. They have like 3 heroes that kind of just like get sucked off. Not very high base armor heroes either on their team, so they're gonna take a lot of damage from Exo. And they don't have the best ways of like kiting around. They don't have like a natural Scotty builder either, which is like probably the item you buy to counter DP.
The big downside of DP, of course, is that
wheel line.
early on in the game, DP is probably going to be the Doom target in most
Prepare
fights.
for battle.
My keyboard is not working.
Everybody use all your voice chat lines, please. But,
Hollywood.
now, Hollywood giving it. Giving it right to him.
Yeah, I think the Doom is like happy to doom any 3 of the enemy cores, while like the Void has to look for like very specific targets to Chrono. I think you don't want a Chrono Wraith King. You ideally like want Snapfire plus Pudge in your Chrono, but like even then, like, if you kill one of them, it's, like, still kind of iffy. So I think you have to, like, get both of them and kill both of
30
them. And, like,
seconds to
that's
battle.
only happening after BKB, because I think before BKB, the Disruptor just, like, either glimpses you out or you just die inside.
Right. And God help you if you try to chrono before BKB with the Snapfire outside of the chrono, in which
Hit
case,
with 12 spells,
yeah, you're just gonna get artillery dumped right on your head and just die instantly like a sad purple clown.
If you time block,
The
you
battle
can, in theory you can
begins.
time block around it, but yeah, it's a little difficult. Yeah. Get out
Pudge
hook.
going
Oh.
fishing. Does not land it. And then
Good
gets
dodge.
laughed at by his mid. Shrek is now going to be keeping count.
RG keeping a tally of the hooks in this game, alright.
Ooh, that accursed clock sound.
Having some funny business with the lane top that won't go anywhere.
Yep.
We do have, by the way, a Snapfire mid, the bush.
Yep, mentioned that earlier, but it's going to be Snap mid, it's going to be Hollywood on the Pudge this game, which I was not calling. I don't know if Hollywood is a Pudge expert.
I guess I should have seen it coming, you know, the bush has been practicing it.
Yep. I gotta say, I think I actually like this game more if it's the Bush on Pudge and Hollywood, well, Roxy on the Snap and Hollywood on the Disruptor. I think the biggest problem with that is that if Hollywood's on Disruptor, right, they just have to lane swap, I think. Has to be Hollywood 5. Because I just don't think Snapfire, outside of just glass cannon capability, is going to be enough of a support, just save support to keep Wraith King alive.
I think the
So-
other thing is, like, Wraithing's items are very sus, so, like, you get, like, 2 tangles and a stick in a lane against, like, a ranged double range lane with some light stone under support, like, it's like your hero's one base armor, bro, you need, like,
Did
one
not let you
aggression.
littering, bro.
Roxy's gonna run out
Yep.
a little bit here.
Very run over.
It's, what this off-lane combination kind of excels at, you know, you get linked and then, a bunch of wing spells thrown at you.
It's going to be tough for Void. It's a very tragic well, he just failed to get the range creep off a stun there. It's going to be a very tragic situation for Mr. Void this game, not Faceless, because he's going to have a lot on his shoulders and he is playing a not the best hero.
That's true, there's the Void and there's Faceless Void. Great.
Yep, that's going to be fun. So, speaking of...
The Bush mid Void Spirit, just add to that.
Speaking of Void, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast. We got our roll call going. So, for Thugwood and the Thug Chans. Pause 1, you've got Void, not Faceless Void, playing Wraith King. Pause 2, you've got The Bush playing Snapfire, former perpetrator of 9/11. Pause 3, you've got Jackie Chin, today on the Doom. Ooh, that was a good use of that Witch Doctor E. Pause 4, you got Team Captain and Namesake Hollywood on the Pudge. And pause 5, you got Roxy Row, currently on the
Getting
Disruptor.
run down here.
Yep, getting run
That's
over
fine, though.
again. Nope, first
He's
blood,
not
Mr.
fine.
Fishay.
Alright, that DP auto attack does
Surprising amount of damage, yeah. Those big snowballs, they actually hoit a little bit. So, speaking of Death Prophet's team, over on Attack on Elder Titan, pause 1, you've got Blackacre, the artist formerly known as Boofus, on the Faceless Void, who's about to beat the hell out of Pudge here with this Witch Doctor Maledict. Pause to... Ooh! Pudge tries to get an offensive hook back, hooks the Doom.
Blackacre's thinking, where are my bashes?
Pause 2, standing in for Iceman is RG, the team captain of Dragon Ball Zeus, who performed last night on the Leshrac. Pause 3, you've got Mr. Fishay on the Death Prophet, former earner of First Blood. Pause 4, you've got Holiday, 1999. I believe that's the full-time stand-in for this team now to replace Rabbi.
Yep, that's pretty sure.
And pause 5, you've got Mufasa playing on that Witch Doctor. And I've heard Mufasa's voice now, and it's a very distinct voice. So look forward to me impersonating him a lot in these games. Anytime this dude does anything, I'm gonna be doing his voice.
The support trade in bottom lane.
Yep, Roxy
Ending
is
a little poorly for Roxy.
going to die again.
Get to the quick storm.
I'll say this much, it's better for Roxy to be 0-2 right now than up. Okay, it's either feast or fame with Pudge top lane as well, was not catching that. It is good, it is better that Disruptor is 0-2 than that Wraith King is 0-2. His last hits aren't great, but by Wraith King standards in this league especially, this is like a godsend. He's also been listening to you, so he picked up a Helm of Iron Will, there you go.
Perfect.
Is that not what you wanted, Kai? Did you not want exactly that?
It's fine. Armor is always good in this lane. I just would like to see it earlier, so I don't get zoned out as hard from the right clicks.
Right.
Roxy and Holiday will not leave each other alone in this lane.
Pudge
So
is smoked at mid. Gonna be looking at
Yeah,
RG.
It's kind of in an awkward position right now.
He
Oh,
does
landed
make
the
him.
hook.
Cookie goes out, and as advertised, does have a pretty nasty effect.
He wants
But,
to give Debush the kill.
No, it's not happening.
Selflessness. He tried so hard to give Debush the kill. That's sad.
No, that was unfortunately for him basically impossible to let the bush get that. But the good news is there is a good Leshrac kill here at mid, and I do think Leshrac is a hero where you probably don't want to be taking early spills like that. So definitely good on Hollywood for acknowledging that, getting the rotation and getting the Leshrac out. Gonna give the bush an advantage here.
Well, this level 3
Ooh,
suck,
luscious.
80 damage a second. It's actually disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
there's like, I think most carries just cannot land against DP after.
RG's here. He's gonna dive the tower with his Wraith King. Quite
Yep.
successfully.
Radiant structures are
There's no mana.
Now he's got to chase the Snapfire, who just popped an Invis rune right under the tower.
Oh, body blocks.
blocked again.
Snapfire shoots Leshrac in the back of the head. It's one of the most appropriate uses of the Scatterblast I've ever seen. A little bit of a miscommunication there between the Snapfire and the Disruptor, as Snapfire keeps shooting way beyond where the glimpse is taking, but it ultimately ends up working out just fine. Holiday goes down. Basically
It's kind of unfortunate as a mid, TPing the gank somewhere and
He's getting gone on
killed.
top. I think he just needs a TPL. He's gonna die.
he just gets bashed, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it, the TP.
I mean, it's. Oh, he lives.
He's alive. One
Of
more
course,
auto attack,
well-
he's dead.
yeah.
I'll have your skull.
You just have a chance to like cut a tree, sit in a little cubby you make for yourself, and try to TPL.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would want to risk that and just lose the TP when I come back next live. I don't think it's enough. It's likely enough that I would have done it myself.
Wraith King almost gets killed here again. Bottom.
Yep, first Exo just routes him entirely from this lane. He's sitting at just over 100 health. He's gonna probably have to find somewhere else to be.
They're gonna get some damage on this T1 too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Doom has Doom, by the way.
Hollywood.
We're taking a look at some potential kills here.
Oh, okay,
TikTok.
Chronosphere.
And Doom accidentally walks into it.
Check the walk. It's kind of funny.
I don't know about this dude. Does he have enough damage? Wow. Which,
Well, he certainly does if the bush is here.
His middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Witch Doctor's Doom is spelt. Disruptor dies somewhere off screen.
Radiant's
Bottom
bottom
lane.
tower has fallen.
And despite
Dire's
losing
top
the
tower is under
T1
attack.
bot, that's probably not the worst
Dire's
trade in the world,
structures are
especially
falling.
considering that Wraith King got to just casually amble up to. And now we wait.
Wait.
Mid.
So lane phase kind of ending here. What do you
Vex-
think, Kai? Who's on top?
Vex, for the record, says Kai Spectre broken.
What? I literally lost. I went like 415 already on it. I fucking like griefed myself.
Yeah, Katie told me about a story. I believe the game you're talking about here. You know, Kai kept just jumping on top of Shadow Shaman, and every time he did, his whole team was there. Says Katie.
No, it wasn't even that. I literally just got like hexed because I pressed my button slow. What can you do?
WCYD. Interestingly, Doom is currently deciding to sit on the Hill Troll Priest heal, which comes with that heal amplification aura. That could be a really interesting aura in a different lane than this.
This creep is not very good. I think the best Doom creep by far is the medium satyr from the hard camp, like the satyr hard camp. It's like 2 mana aura plus mana burn. Like you just spam that, the other core can't stay in lane because they're just like permanently no mana.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody I know who plays Doom agree on what the best creep is. I
don't play Doom.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that like if you look at the pro meta, that's what they all go for, and it also got nerfed this letter patch because it was too OP. But like I still think after the nerf, it's still the best creep.
I know a lot of people like the. I mean, I like the golems just because it's funny to split into 2 Dooms. What's the creep with the stupid armor?
It is the funniest creep, yeah.
Yeah, what's the creep with the stupid armor passive buff? I always forget since they.
Oh, the troll thing, like the blue troll, I think it is.
Yeah.
From the medium camp. Oh, that's like situationally good in like lanes against Blightstone, but like I think in general the best laning creep is the mana burn one.
RG is okay. Good hook.
Hooked in here. Wraith King has actually chosen to level his ult. Yep. So this is actually going to be kind of good here. It's going to be able to just
walk away. He's like, I don't want the kill, guys. Oh no! It's a Hollywood hits the hook.
Nice. Doom's RG. I'm not really sure why he immediately vamooses. Maybe he's expecting, maybe he's expecting immediate chrono drop on his head. I don't know. Chrono's not actually up at the moment. I would assume that's probably.
They dropped it on. Yeah, they dropped it on like
Dire's
the
top
support
tower
right?
is under attack.
Like,
Hollywood. Yep.
No. The Bush being very sad, he didn't make a value point in this little shutter because, you know, it's like fucking 6 minus armor or something.
Yep.
Oh, it's 3 minus armor, but like...
Dire's
I
top
was gonna
tower
die anyways.
is under attack.
See, you don't need a little shredder if you just get first item. Desolator, yeah. I almost said first item disruptor. You cannot possess disruptor that violates the 13th Amendment. So I guess you could do it, Kai. That's the good news.
I'm not opposed to taking
This
the
Void
occasional
has
bounty.
going Midas. Does not have it yet. Is not actually even close to it.
It was slow Midas, yeah.
It's looking very rough.
Radiant
Like many LD2L games this season, it's
Dire's middle tower
the
is under
safe
attack.
laners on both sides that are kind of looking behind right now. It's going to be definitely a game of
Radiant
offlaners and mids
structures are
for a
fortified.
while.
Holy, he doesn't even have armlet, and it's like, I'm in pain watching these farm numbers.
That's a very ambitious cookie there on the Bush's part.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This is...
Oh, very
okay.
noble attempt at a hook, but ultimately doesn't get it done. Snapfire ult gets silenced right after
The
the.
2 manic looks back on the DP.
Yep. As predicted, the DP just takes the Doom, eats it, dies. And Doom gets a great item for getting that kill, a magic wand.
Rather good for Hollywood's team. You kind of get 2 kills, even the game out, without losing really anything.
That part is like 1k gold mag as well. I think after that they can just fight even more often. And Leshrac is rushing a BKB.
Yep.
Oh,
And he's also rushing right into Fudge's hook, and he's sitting in the static storm too. Ouch!
rushing into the grave, yeah.
Mufasa
Okay.
walks up to the static storm like, "Hey man, you can't do that old Leshrac right there, man. That's not cool. That's not kosher, man." But his protests go unheard. He simply has to walk away.
Lesh is now the lowest net worth core. I think his game is over. Like you don't have space to recover this game. Your offlaner is like not a natural space maker. You're the one that has to make the plays. And
Jackie's going very deep. He just kind of
Oh, Chronosphere.
oh, hold on too.
Chronos here on two, but nobody on his team actually cares. Jackie just walks right back, just cancels the Witch Doctor ultimate smite.
God,
This is
what is
a
the
big
damage?
disruptor arena. But that was an equally big magic wand, so Snapfire.
Just another.
Trade Void and Chrono for what looks like Dune and Fudge.
Yep.
You're really happy with that trade on Radiant side, especially because like his Void died before he got his Midas, so like now he's like still no Midas in 13 minutes.
That was really awkward too because like he Chronos supports and like literally no damage is going into it. So if your Chrono doesn't do anything, you kind of give up that advantage a little bit because you know the enemy team knows.
You also can't look for offensive chronos on this game in Void until you have your own item and like level 20 because your team doesn't actually have like follow-up. Like they have follow-up damage, they have no way to get in range of your chrono if you time walk out the chrono. So like if I was playing Void this game, I would only be chronoing if like my team was getting dove and I can like TP to fight to counter initiate.
And one big thing is that chronos are very, very risky for your own team in this game. If you accidentally catch somebody at the very edge of that, they are almost certainly going to die. Given that Radiant has far, far better damage into the chrono than Void's Faceless Void's own team does, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, well he finishes Midas. 14 minutes Midas is a bit late, to put it nicely. And then they have this ancient stack. I don't know who stacked this, but like the Lesh has to clear this because the Void is not clearing ancient stacks ever until like 3 items.
Yeah.
Lesh, buy a smoke and go clear the stack, please.
So they're smoking, but
I don't think he's going to the stack with a smoke.
Oh, they're going to
running
Doom.
out Jackie.
Doom is about to be his namesake.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
he's
under
dead.
attack.
I really thought he was just going to randomly ult right before he dies for no reason. Hollywood picking up the Witch Doctor top lane, who drops all of his spells and then dies.
Unfortunate.
Yep, not what you want to have happen.
Okay, well, Waiting has an armlet now.
A gift
Maybe they can,
from the
like,
Tempest
fight.
of Battle.
I'm not really sure. I feel like this armlet's like really late. Usually you're looking at like a 9-minute armlet timing, and then you just like bulldoze down towers with it. But
Radiant's middle tower
the
is
enemy
under
team
attack.
kind of has items, but at the same time, Leshrac still has no BKB, so
Right. This is a very unfortunate spot for Radiant, who's been doing a masterclass job at trying to open up Chrono.
Oh, hold on.
Chronosphere.
They have no damage. They have literally no damage.
Oh no.
Good hook there on Budge's part.
That's so
Radiant's
cursed.
bottom tower is under attack.
I like the crappy jungle creep net that Doom just threw out. And now Death Prophet is Dead Prophet.
Oh man, the Snapfire X to start that fight. Pretty sick.
Yeah, very good shot by the Bush there. I think a very good reaction in general to the Chronosphere, good reaction to the team fight in general. Thanks, RG.
Artie's keyboard's not working, it's way to stop.
Exactly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Perhaps most importantly of all, the biggest thing is that the Wraith King got 2 of those kills. He's now being stunned by creeps in the jungle. Wraith King got 2 of those kills, and I was mentioning how even though they were making a lot of space, it just didn't feel like it was going anywhere. This Wraith King has not been able to farm with any sort of haste. But swing and a miss on his hook there.
Scanning.
Yeah, Hollywood and Holiday over here.
The Hollies.
Battle of the Halls. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he's not a holiday.
No,
he's a
that's
holiday.
Holly. That's Roxy.
yeah, it's just Hol-
Hollywood's on Pudge, guys.
Pudge and Odwing, so it's talking about.
Wait, the husband was beside the. Oh, okay, well. Pudge gets thrown off of
Certainly
Oh
gonna.
man.
Voodoo Switcheroo is probably gonna kill the Pudge here, actually.
Hollywood has no D4, he's just dead.
Yep.
Nice, sir.
Going down.
Oh,
Wait, another Doom coming out on the DP here. Though the cookie kinda
Radiant's middle
didn't
tower
go
is
exactly
under
what they
attack.
wanted there.
he's gonna get ulted. He's dead.
In the interest of fairness, he had already been ulted.
I stoke the furnace.
You just got a different ult on him. Shrek's gonna come in from the back here and try and get something done, but he's not really gonna do much more than give Doom a new back scratch.
Unless Shrek dies here before buying his BKB, is actually a disaster.
Yeah, he's kind of in danger zone a little bit. Maybe not.
Does not really look like Radiant wants to take this fight right now.
What?
I don't think Dire wants this one. I think Dire just wants to put the map for the items avoid.
Being distracted.
Good hook on a holiday ends his life.
Well, when I said that the Radiant didn't want to take that fight,
Oh,
what I
the
meant was the
glimpse.
literal interpretation of that
I
word.
thought that was a
but,
glimpse on Lash, not a glimpse on Bushwhacker, so it's a little less exciting. He'll die.
Yep. Doctor still basically guaranteed trip to the grave.
If that was a glimpse on Lash, that would have been such a disaster.
Probably a dead town. He's not decided to
Dire's
hit it.
middle
You're looking at the
tower is
DD.
under attack.
Slow, go hit it. You have DD ult. Why are you hitting hard cam, good sir?
It's in the ancient camp.
We'll get
Tower
there
should be
eventually.
dead. It has no bluff, and like, when are they gonna do soul on
Dire's
raging
middle
with
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's dead.
Dire's middle
And
tower
Wraith King
has
gets
fallen.
the actual last shot on the tower. Wraith King has ascended from the depths of hell in this game to second placed core in the server as far as his net worth goes, which is very good news for Hollywood's lineup. One of the most consistent problems that we see with the Wraith King Void matchup in particular is that eventually Wraith King starts to fall behind more and more and more to the point where Void can just double kill him anyway, even without the chrono. Just not due to how Wraith King scales, but just due to Wraith King being unable to actually take the territory, get the money.
Ward is not equipped to do that at the moment, to say the
Nope.
least. I mean, he doesn't have an
Not
Ultram
this-
yet. It's really
The
unfortunate.
tower, you have ult, your entire team is sitting. Oh, what is happening?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Jackie
Radiant's
Chan
middle
wants to get
tower
this Doom
is
out
under
on the
attack.
Faceless Void, but he is not going to find a target.
See RG up here.
RG's getting his BKB deliver on Courier. I think they're gonna try to smoke and fight.
What it's realistically gonna mean is the Doom's gonna now be needed for Leshrac rather than DP, for at least the time being.
Oh, they're gonna.
The other team actually smokes. Other team smokes. Big, oh, he does get his Doom after all, how about that? Other team smokes and says, go exactly where nobody on Dire is, so.
There you go.
Oh no, they actually are gonna crash into DP here. Never mind, they're all walking away. Never mind, they're all walking back.
I'll see. Oh, he gets off.
Oh no, RG.
Well, that
the
was the
bad.
9-second BKB for you.
So it's not quite as he predicted. It's he gets BKB and then dies anyway.
I mean, still better than
Yeah.
time before it, but
Radiant's
game's
bottom
looking very
tower
rough
is
for them
under
right
attack.
now.
All mine.
What do you do? Like wait 20 minutes for this ward to be online?
I think you just have to, like, if you have this Hoodwink hero, make your Hoodwink 5 Maelstrom, like, have them, like, just constantly cut ways on enemy sides of the map, so the enemy team can't push objectives, and then have your
Radiant's
Void
bottom
farming the other
tower
side of
is
the
under
map,
attack.
in a, like, a safer position with wards. And then I think, like, once Void gets to, like, Mjolnir, Scotty, like, BKB timing, he can maybe just, like, carry the game, but it's still really hard, because they have, like, a Doom. So maybe I don't know. The game looks really hard, but I think like all your hopes are basically on his way at this point, and like maybe your less just buys fucking like I don't know, like
Support
blades.
items, basically.
Yeah, like items that like help him contribute to the fight rather than like boost his own damage output.
Dire's top
Like
tower
probably just like
is under
shard
attack.
into like
Boots of travel, because that's what he's got queued up.
Dire's top tower has
Shard and
fallen.
BOT.
I mean, I would buy travels in this game, but I don't think it's
Radiant's bottom
particularly
tower is under attack.
good.
You would buy travels in this game? Unheard of. Pud just got launched a mile across the map. Witch Doctor got the luckiest illusion rune of his life. Pudge goes fishing, catches nothing.
Blackacre's here with Chrono.
Yep.
I'm not
Everybody
sure what
on
you can do with it necessarily, but
everybody on Radiant was very, very clustered up there for a second. Smoke going out. Looking for Jackie. They're not gonna find him. Radiant looking at
Right.
Roche.
they have a Chrono. They can definitely.
Are they actually just gonna walk in here raw with like no fight or anything? Like,
Okay, apparently so.
This is a
They're well aware
bad
of this.
idea.
well, neither team has high ground vision here. I feel like the Void's just gonna fucking walk in and chrono with 2 people. Yep.
Chrono's here on 2, yes.
Hook
They
goes
missed
out.
the hook.
Yep.
There's a lot of damage
Void
going into
actually
this one.
successfully voids it. And Void is dead.
This
Goodbye, Void.
disruptor ult-
No Chronosphere for you, buddy.
That disruptor ulti.
That
What a
looked like it was
disaster.
going to be a big Witch Doctor ult at least. But no.
No
Death
BKB
Prophet.
in your void. Kind of what can you do, right?
Death Prophet wins a 1v1 with Pudge. But for some reason, I don't think Death Prophet's probably particularly happy at the end of that one.
I think Void has BKB. That's fine. Maybe not fine, but it's not that much of a disaster.
If you're gonna go for that play, you need to have like Void walk in towards Pit, and then you have DP preemptively pop ult and like walk behind them from like radiant high ground, so that you can get the silence off.
The really sad thing is that it seemed like Void was super genuinely surprised by the ult too, so in the reality where he had BKB, he doesn't even necessarily get it off. Wraith King takes Aegis as if he needed more of that. I really don't agree
You
with
can get BKB off. It's like, there's no way to swap as an Ags anytime soon.
No, I mean, he doesn't, like, get BKB before he's just, like, the BKB off before he's just stunned out and just sitting in the Static Storm, eating it.
Well, Disruptor doesn't have eggs, so.
Well, what I'm saying is... never mind. What I'm saying is, Static Storm on him immediately just stunned out, and then he just gets eaten by the Static Storm anyway. Does not get to BKB.
Oh, Rage just blinks on his EP and goes. Wait, that Aegis on Rage? What the fuck?
Yep. I mentioned that earlier. I even mentioned how he didn't
He
need more
actually
of that.
loses that because he didn't have Reincarnate up. Oh my god, what am I watching?
That's really unfortunate. What can you do?
Well, I guess good thing he had Aegis there, or else he would have died for realsies, but like... I feel
By-
like
by
he's
the way-
Sapphire.
Add another one to the Wraith King dies less than 10 seconds before reincarnate tally. Because seriously, that has happened like 6 or 7 times this season.
I don't know why 6 or 7 people would pick Wraith King, I'll be honest, but...
Mostly into Void is the answer.
I think people need to get over the preconception that you can just pick carry versus carry matchups in a vacuum and expect it to win you the game, because a lot of times it's not about the man fight matchup at all. No, I guess the game's just gonna stall for like another 6 minutes because neither team's gonna do
Dire's
anything
bottom
until
tower
Roche is
is
up.
under
I'm
attack.
not really sure. I feel like they should just run at this Dire team right now because they can't fight you at all. But yeah, this is just farm the
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The way to push this bottom wave into not have any more outer towers on the
Dire's
map.
bottom tower is under attack.
Dire moves in on their own outpost, so at the very least they got that much in this downtime. Void is starting to catch up a little bit with his contemporaries as far as farm goes, likely owing to his Midas. But he's still got quite a ground to cover before he starts getting up to where the Radiant's main cores are.
Just want a Maelstrom to farm, I think. What the heck?
Maelstrom
Dire's
Daedalus Deso.
bottom tower has fallen.
I don't think Melder does anything for you. Like, aren't you better off
Radiant's
just buy
top
like a shard
tower
of
is
mana
under
boost?
attack.
Like that helps you farm and it like does something for you outside of farming. Because like the maelstrom damage when you hit level 20 is like not very significant. Like it's mostly just the Daedalus doing work.
Right.
Might be going into Gleipnir.
It's not a bad Gleipnir game, I guess, but I highly doubt he's gonna buy Gleipnir on Snapbite.
Stranger things have happened.
So Jackie building up an AC here. Wraithking also looking at AC. Satan, so probably not.
No, Jackie's going Shiva. That's
Yeah.
Usually you have to buy Shiva.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes, he does.
There's
Doom
no
is committed to getting this Death Prophet here.
He's gonna get this done buffer.
Yep, but well, he's not gonna regret what he's gotten himself into. Good Snapfire ult immediately dissuades people from doing anything about this. That's a good use of the Snapfire ult in a way rather than in any capacity trying to get kills, just freaking the enemy the hell out, getting them out of the
Dire's
area.
bottom tower is under
It is
attack.
a skill that I think is often understated for its ability to inflict morale-based damage upon the enemies.
Emotional
Nobody wants to be
damage,
around that. Wraith King blinks 1 centimeter and does not dodge his stun as a result.
This high ground's not happening. They have left like,
This is really cursed actually, it could be.
they might
don't
die
have-
twice.
They don't have kisses.
Oh,
You're just gonna throw Pudge right into the enemy lineup, just kill the Witch Doctor.
Don't need
oh
kisses.
my god, Ludwig gets one shot by the way.
Death Prophet is back. Exo and BKB up, which means she's very unlikely to die. Uh-oh, this could be bad. Void's hungry. He's got the Chrono too, but he's gonna Chrono the Bud.
Supports.
I think the fight's so good, but oh, he's dying.
Wraithing. Oh, the crit.
Yep, just cleaves the Void right in half. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know why he doesn't just Chrono the Wraith King there, considering he knows that the Reincarnate's not up.
I mean, yeah, would have been better, probably.
I don't even know why he's at this fight. Why didn't he just buy his BKB? He had gold for his BKB. Why didn't he just like what? Did he get a big kill? Oh, he got like 2 kills during that. That's probably he probably didn't have BKB gold before the fight.
Likely not, no. You can look at the, you see the fight recap there. He put on 1,000 gold of his own, and also just sent a good portion of that directly into Wraith King's pocketbooks.
Okay, so AC
A gift
Wraithing.
from the temple
Pretty
of
good.
battle.
And incidentally, that Shiva's guard that you're talking about on Doom is up. Doom now looking for the Refresher Orb here. Interestingly, not going for the Ags this game.
The funny part about this is you actually don't have enough mana to cast double Doom with Refresher if you don't buy another like mana item. Like you will, like you'll barely have enough, but you won't have enough for like BKB or like your other spells, or like Shivas. So usually you end up having to buy like an egg or something on top of the Shivas, so you can actually get double Doom off.
Yeah, I would say you would probably be better advised to just
Don't worry.
go for, if he wants to do this, just go for the AoE Doom and walk up to people with it. You know, it's what he's been doing with the Doom anyway, is just Doom people in and just chase them down, right? Just put it on yourself, easy money.
I think the problem with that is like DP probably like outruns you probably. I think that was pretty good. They have like actually they don't have force staffs or like save items like glimmers. Oh, they have 1 glimmer.
If they have Glimmer on the Witch Doctor, they have no support items of any kind on the Hoodwink, who is in fact now going for Maelstrom. Must have been listening to you earlier.
Yeah, sniping.
I mean, it's genuinely a chance that that's the case here, so.
I mean, Leshrac has no items. I don't know. This game's looking really rough. Leshrac has like only a BKB at 30 minutes.
The fossil tank is smoking game.
Wastes a lot of time in the process, too.
Yeah, you gotta work for it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Mr. Fishy comes in and immediately pops Egg, so.
He broke
How
the
did he
glimpse.
play?
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Small.
Okay. Just
Wait, is Flesh Sheep so broken? It just like means you take literally no damage from Spirit Cypher? Is that how that works? Like, how did he blink while he was
Radiant's
getting
bottom
Cypher? That's
tower
crazy.
is under
I guess he
attack.
didn't take enough damage, yeah. Oh,
Well,
Jackie.
pentagram on the Death Prophet, who is most assuredly going to die.
You can see what Jackie's mindset is in this game, you know, I don't care about the void, other people can deal with them, I'm just gonna blink on DP and doom them every fight.
Yep. I mentioned earlier, you know, likely that Leshrac becomes a Doom target. So far, not really. The Leshrac is, even with the
Leshrac's literally
BKB,
not
not had
worth
enough
doing.
impact.
Yeah.
Because his mana pool is like not big enough to actually like, kill anybody. It's like this hero is very kill threshold based, where like you either have enough mana to kill someone or you don't, and like if you don't have enough mana to kill someone, you're just like not a threat.
Rushes up and they will swiftly run towards the pit.
Doesn't have a blood spell.
So you put this Aegis on the bush, right? Maybe?
Probably.
Or Jackie?
Well, I don't think a race can take
The
that.
Bush has made a slot, so.
Yeah.
No, Wraith King
Okay.
immediately takes it.
It's mine.
NVM, bro.
Alrighty, baby. Doom's about to get level death back. Potentially? Nope. Gonna give it to Wraith King
they're
instead.
juggling the shard right now.
Who did you
Regeneration.
give it to? What?
They gave it to Wraith King.
Are you kidding me? What?
Was he having problems with mana in this game? I don't know.
They don't
Nope.
have mana burn. He has 700 mana. I don't know.
The rod. Roxy.
I guess
Yeah.
it's not that good on Doom right now because nobody's like.
Oh no, the void. Oh,
Nope,
he had
never
the
mind.
BKB.
That is not how you want to use a magic BKB on Faceless.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, especially
Oh,
considering, you know,
okay.
Aegis, high ground push, etc.
I mean, their high ground punch is like actually not that good because they have their Aegis on a Wraith King that's hitting a hard camp right now.
Getting pinged by his own teammates.
Well, like this whole thing's doing what she should have been doing like 10-15 minutes ago.
Radiant's
like,
top tower
Is
is
it
under
too little,
attack.
too late, or let's see what? Well, don't TP back. They're not even going high ground. What? You're gonna smoke with no
Yep.
BKB on Void? Like, what is this?
5-man smoke coming out of the base for Dire.
They're gonna just die.
They do have Chrono, but no BKB. Gonna immediately go after the bush. And, well, turned out that BKB was not actually at issue here at all.
Oh god, imagine if your Snapfire had the Aegis here.
Yeah, that's true. This is a much more comfortable fight.
I think they actually choose this? The Wraith is by himself.
Yeah, he's dead.
Static Storm up in 1 second.
That is... Do they have enough damage to kill him a third time? Jackie,
I'm
how?
gonna say no.
Mufasa immediately cleaved in half. The BKB finally coming out on Wraith King.
Exo's ending. I don't think they have damage for this
Immediately the Yules comes out.
Okay, maybe.
No, they do.
Yep. Oh, get him! He's dead.
Yeah, they really just need to stop putting the Aegis on the Wraith King. Godlike just went to Leshrac. Not like that's gonna mean that much, but he did just climb up a slot on the farm list. Wonder how much gold he just got. Oh, 2,601.
It's a decent amount.
A gift from the Tempest of
Yeah, I mean, there's really no other way to slice that other than it should not have been Wraith King with the Aegis. Absolutely should not have been.
I'm sure
Like,
the
that
bush
was
is
a
thrilled and comes right now.
That was like a super throw Aegis pickup on Wraith King. You cannot do that.
Well, now they actually have a win condition. I think if they can kill the Snapfire and Chrono somehow, the rest of the team actually doesn't do enough damage to kill the Slash. Like, it's right now, this team is like dependent on the Snapfire talent with the AoET to kill the Slash. And otherwise, they don't have enough burst to like kill him through the Bloodstone.
Yeah.
Voodoo switcheroo. Tries to say, okay, this is really not a very necessary snap ult, I must say.
Radiant's middle tower is
So
under
we're
attack.
planted all his words on the side of Witch Doctor's grave.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this is. What
grave.
the
What do you
hell is this?
It's a grave. He's honoring the dead.
Bro, all the spaghetti is falling out of Thugwood's pockets right now, like... I mean, the team.
Yeah, this is looking really, like, unfortunate all of a sudden. They still have a 13k net worth lead, so, I mean... It's
Yeah, they have
dependent on
a
how the next fight goes. Like, they could just kill everybody and it would probably be fine, but if they lose the next fight, then that's really sketchy.
Right.
He's up the Lincolns. He's like, I don't want to get doomed anymore. Doom did buy his refresher. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have enough mana for this. This is 950, and 2 BKB is 1050, plus the Shiva is 1150. So he doesn't
Yeah, he doesn't
have
have
enough
mana.
mana for like QWE or his like
Radiant's
Stomp
bottom
or
tower
Shivas.
is under attack.
I heard he just pushed his
Radiant
bottle.
structures are fortified.
Yeah, that's a very interesting
Rather
decision.
Yeah.
I don't know if they needed all these TPs for this, but Wraith King gets his heat back.
That's some sort of misguided tribute.
Wraith King, for the record, is now going for Radiance, which I'm not sure I'm all about, to be honest with you.
So apparently, here's how you solve the mana problem. You just refresh and then
Radiant's
wait
Holy!
Okay.
Boy
Whoa.
just doesn't time walk and just dies.
Boy, just got
Alright.
wiped off the face of the earth. He does have a buyback. And when he buys back, he does have everything still. Witch Doctor is eliminated. Oh, that's a good, good blink and assault.
Okay, this is
That's
really
probably
unfortunate.
immediately dead, but again, the buyback is there.
Blackacre. Oh, the
Well, Pudge immediately just calls out of the chrono. Snapfire ult coming in from downtown. Don't really get that much done.
That track is.
Oh my god. Slush Suns.
The Shrek is kind of impossible to kill when he has BKB up, it feels like.
Mr. Fishy, a triple kill.
The good,
They did, they have 4 buybacks for that. I think it's like they hold the high ground, but that's very costly.
Yeah,
Right.
it puts them in a bad position because if they lose the next fight, the game is probably over.
definitively over. No, I don't see any.
Radiant's top tower
Unless the
is
next
under
fight
attack.
is 10 minutes from now or something. They got one fight left in them, and that's it.
Or if they win the next fight, that's
Yeah.
probably
Radiant's
fun.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's probably fine if they win the fight as well, but if they lose one more fight
Radiant's middle
within the
tower
next
has
10
fallen.
minutes before these
Yeah,
buybacks start
they will
coming back
lose-
up.
They will lose at least 2 sets.
Yep. You can kind of tell where the mindset is for the lineup as well, that even though they do
Radiant's
not
top
have
tower
buyback
is
for
under
another
attack.
6 minutes apiece, they're all still...
This is not happening.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, Disruptor!
Yep, good disruptor ult, but...
Oh, he's dead.
Okay, they're just like feeding. Like, in what world can you kill a Lesh with those items when you're 2 supports? Like, I think it doesn't happen. Like, ever.
You're thinking about the Lesh of 20 minutes ago, I guess. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
The Disruptor almost has an Axe, though. Once he gets his Axe, the Void will actually just die. If he gets
Yeah. Once he gets the Ags, a lot of people are going to start dying. It's going to become a very, very nasty piece of work.
Radiant's
Smoke
top
out on
tower is
Disruptor.
under attack.
Not used yet, but it's been purchased.
Yeah, so if they're sniping, we'll get to
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
hear about that.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Dogtown who's joined us in chat.
Oh, it's up to Dogtown.
Radiant's top tower.
Shout outs to
Radiant's
Top
top
D2
tower
for
is
Radiant,
falling.
which is dead.
Yeah, they're just gonna get The outer towers here, they're gonna equalize.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Doom is going for the edge.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scanning out the triangle here.
This next fight is so critical.
Dire's bottom
The
tower
light
is
is
under
and
attack.
like back the refresh until you need it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Doom Refresher combo is ready to go.
Yep.
Dire have gotten kind of cold feet on getting anything done on this push and have backed off to their own territory. Probably a smart idea. I really just don't see a defense, like an offensive fight for these guys being exactly in their best interest right now.
Almost 45 minutes into this game. We do not have a pair of Rex. It's actually...
I think that's more on Radiant for wasting 2 ages.
yeah, that's that.
This Roche pit has been scanned out. This time they just absolutely, like, they just cannot. Like, Woodwink just immediately gonna die. Never mind. Woodwink immediately going to not die. Where is Jackie? Jackie is coming in from behind, okay.
Just crying about his RNG, no tricks. He's gonna die once. He's gonna die. He might die twice.
Very awkward.
Jackie doomed himself?
Yep, he put Doom under it.
Push.
Oh! I don't think the face
Gonna-
knew what the Doomags did. He just walked into the AoE and died.
Annihilation.
Oh man, okay.
Well, that was a huge mowdown for Doom there, who just kind of ate everybody he saw. Roche now resumes, and this game, I think, is over.
See if this Wraith King makes a slut. No.
Nope.
Fallen to the Radiant.
But he's gonna take the cheese and the refresher.
At least
Shard.
there's that.
Yeah, I mean, a refresher shard is basically an Aegis for him, so you know.
It's also buying Nullifier, I believe. Interesting.
That better be a rapier.
Not Nullifier because he has the Helm of Armo in his career.
What is he even for?
He had a Radiance queued up a while ago, but not anymore. Flash is dead.
Okay. Unfortunate.
Dire's middle tower.
Jackie Chen, and I agree with him, just saying, don't think about these stupid racks, just get the T4s and win. Wraith King is not gonna let his bets go unhedged.
So can these supports def this? That's the question.
King is taking a lot of damage here for Hello? He uses a light to here for it?
Weird. Okay,
Uses
so
refresher?
it's fine, I guess. I mean, they could have swapped the aggro, but not backseating here.
The supports, by the way, were not, as it turns out, able to def this. Exo's gonna come out.
We're just gonna hit the throne. We don't have
Oh,
TikTok,
okay.
but
he doesn't
clocks run out for it.
Does damage.
Push. Oh, I got it.
Yep. Snapfire just eats the Ancient while Death Prophet and Void are busy elsewhere, and that's how it all goes down.
Hollywood gets game 1.
Yep.
Good stuff.
I do think there were some rough patches in the Hollywood team's strategy, but I mean, just to be honest with you, I do think that the Attack on Elder Titan draft was just kind of playing against them more or less the entire game. Leshrac just falling apart as badly as he did early on in the game just made it just so hard for the AoET team to not just kind of constantly crumble every single time Thugwood did anything to them. I do think Thugwood got a little complacent. I do think they started playing like they were, 20 feet tall really before they were. Party has disbanded even though we got game 2 to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix something.
And yeah, that's basically just the long and short of it, I think. The Doom pick was super good, runs super well, and I think it was a very good answer to basically everything they had to offer. Mr. Fishay tried his best on the Death Prophet, but I mean, like half the fights in the game, he was just out and eliminated before anything happened.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, for those of you watching on YouTube, we'll see you next time. For those of you watching on stream, we'll see you right now.